What if I told you that everything you are, everything you will become, is quietly being shaped right now by the habits you don't even notice? Every day, countless choices pass through your mind, many so automatic you barely realize them. These small actions, repeated over and over, build the invisible foundation of your life. They define who you are more than your dreams, your talents, or even your circumstances. Your habits are the architecture of your identity. This truth can be unsettling because it means much of your life is on autopilot, but it also means you have the power to change everything by changing those habits. Imagine waking up tomorrow with habits that serve your highest self, habits that push you toward your goals rather than away from them. Imagine feeling energized, confident, and unstoppable because your daily actions are aligned with the person you want to be. That is the promise of understanding and mastering your habits. The secret is simple, yet so many overlook it. Habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. Just like money grows when invested consistently, your habits build your character and your future, slowly but surely. The problem is that bad habits compound just as easily as good ones, quietly dragging you down while you remain unaware. A moment of procrastination, a small excuse, a negative thought repeated daily, these can become powerful forces working against your dreams. This is why awareness is your greatest weapon. By shining a light on your habits, you can see which ones lift you up and which ones hold you back. Research reveals that nearly half of what you do every day is habit-driven, performed automatically. That means 40% of your actions are on repeat without conscious thought. Imagine what it would mean if you took deliberate control over that 40%. Imagine designing your habits to fuel your success instead of draining your energy. This is not about perfection. It's about small, intentional choices made consistently. It requires courage to confront the habits that no longer serve you, but that courage unlocks freedom. The freedom to become who you truly want to be. Right now, you might feel stuck in a cycle you don't know how to break, weighed down by habits that seem impossible to change, but the power lies within you to shift the direction of your life one habit at a time. By choosing to understand and master your habits, you set a new course toward growth, resilience, and fulfillment. This journey begins with a simple decision: to observe yourself honestly, to commit to change, and to believe that transformation is possible. There is no better time than now to take control of the invisible forces shaping your future. Stay with this truth, because what comes next will show you exactly which habits to embrace and which to shed, so you can step confidently into the life you deserve. The habits you choose to nurture become the steady engine of your life's journey. When you build habits rooted in self-discipline, gratitude, growth, health, and reflection, you unlock a power that no setback can take away. These habits are not just actions, they are commitments to yourself, whispers of respect and love toward the person you are becoming. Discipline means showing up for yourself even when the fire inside flickers low. It is the silent promise you make each morning to take one step closer to your dreams, regardless of how difficult the path feels. This unwavering commitment builds a foundation of trust between you and your future. Gratitude shifts the way your brain sees the world. It rewires your mind from scarcity to abundance, changing pain into possibility. When you focus on what you have instead of what you lack, your heart opens. You become magnetic to opportunity. The small practice of appreciation rewires your brain, creating a mindset that finds strength even in hardship and joy in the simplest moments. Growth is born from the habit of daily learning. Feeding your mind with new ideas, knowledge, and perspectives fuels your confidence and expands your capacity to solve problems. When curiosity becomes routine, it creates an unstoppable momentum that propels you forward, even when the road is unclear. Each piece of new understanding is a brick in the structure of your success. Your body is the vessel for every experience and ambition. Movement is the most direct way to fuel your brain and soul with energy. Even the smallest daily act of physical care, stretching, walking, breathing deeply, builds resilience and clarity. This habit connects you with your inner strength, reminding you that you are alive, capable, and worthy of care. Finally, mindful reflection is the quiet power that turns experience into wisdom. When you pause to consider your actions, your thoughts, and your feelings, you sharpen your awareness and take control. Reflection allows you to celebrate progress and course correct before small mistakes become heavy burdens. It is the habit of leaders and creators, the habit of those who live intentionally. These good habits are not complicated or grand. They don't demand perfection or endless willpower. Instead, they ask for patience, persistence, and a simple choice every day to keep moving forward. You don't need to transform overnight. The magic is in the consistent repetition, the daily acts of self-care and courage. When these habits become who you are, they create a ripple effect that changes every part of your life, your relationships, your work, your happiness, and your peace. Imagine looking back 1 year from now, knowing you built these habits step by step. You faced challenges and kept going. You found strength in discipline, hope in gratitude, wisdom in reflection, energy in movement, and courage in growth. This is not just about habits, it is about reclaiming your power and choosing the life you were meant to live. Let these habits be your allies. Let them carry you when motivation falters and doubt whispers. Embrace them not as chores, but as gifts you give yourself daily. Your future is already waiting, shaped by the choices you make right now. These good habits are the key to unlocking it. There is a shadow side to habits, silent thieves that drain your energy, cloud your mind, and steal your potential. These bad habits often feel like comfort, like familiar routines that offer temporary relief from discomfort or fear. But beneath that surface, they hold you captive, blocking the path to your dreams and whispering lies about what you can and cannot do. The first step to breaking free is facing the truth without judgment. Recognize these habits for what they really are, choices you can change. Procrastination is one of the most powerful thieves of time and progress. It convinces you that delay is harmless, that there will be a better moment to start, but that moment rarely comes. The cost is enormous. Lost opportunities, growing anxiety, and fading confidence. Yet, the cure is within your reach. Start small. Commit to 5 minutes. Once you take that tiny step, momentum builds, and the fear that held you back begins to lose its grip. Negative self-talk is another enemy disguised as your inner voice. Every harsh word you say to yourself chips away at your self-belief. It builds walls where doors should be, trapping you in doubt and fear. You must learn to listen differently, to catch those destructive thoughts and replace them with truths that empower rather than destroy. It's not about ignoring flaws, but about affirming your worth and your capacity to grow. Saying yes to everyone but yourself is a silent surrender of your time and energy. People-pleasing blurs boundaries and leaves your goals scattered in the background. Learning to say no is not selfish. It is an act of radical self-respect. It guards your focus and protects the dreams that depend on your attention. Screens and endless scrolling steal more than your time. They steal your presence. The more you give away your attention to distractions, the less you have for what truly matters. Setting limits on screen use is a simple yet profound way to reclaim your power. Replace that time with connection, creativity, or quiet reflection, and watch your mind clear and your energy return. Avoiding responsibility is the final trap. It feels easier to blame circumstances, other people, or past mistakes than to own your role in your life's direction. But freedom and growth begin when you accept full responsibility for your actions and choices. Responsibility is not a burden. It is the key to reclaiming control and shaping your destiny. Breaking bad habits isn't about brute force or willpower alone. It's about replacing old patterns with new, healthier ones. It's about designing your environment to support change, seeking support when needed, and forgiving yourself when you stumble. Each time you resist the pull of a bad habit, you prove to yourself how strong you really are. You remind your mind and body that you are the one in charge. Change is never easy, but every moment of struggle is a victory. Every step away from a destructive habit is a step toward freedom. The power to break these chains lies within you, waiting to be claimed. You are stronger than the habits that hold you back. You are capable of transformation beyond what you can imagine. Today is your opportunity to rise above the old patterns, to choose courage over comfort, and to step boldly into the life you deserve. The habits you break define you as much as the habits you build. Choose to break free. Choose to become the master of your own destiny. You are standing at a crossroads where every habit you choose either builds your freedom or tightens your chains. This moment is more than a simple decision. It is a declaration of who you are and who you will become. Habits are not just behaviors, they are the living proof of your self-respect, your courage, and your vision for your life. To master your habits is to master yourself. It demands brutal honesty about where you are now and unwavering faith that change is possible. The good habits you adopt become the roots that ground you during storms, the steady pulse that drives your growth when motivation fades. They remind you daily that you are worthy of your own effort, that your dreams deserve your discipline. Each time you choose to move, to learn, to reflect, or to appreciate, you reinforce a powerful message to your brain. You are capable of growth, you are deserving of success, and you are the author of your story. On the other hand, the bad habits you break are the walls you dismantle, freeing your mind and heart to expand into new possibilities. Every moment spent resisting procrastination, negative thoughts, or distractions is a victory of your true self over old patterns of limitation. You reclaim power over your attention, your time, and your energy. You refuse to let fear and comfort control your future. This is not about perfection or a quick fix. It is about persistent, daily choices that compound into extraordinary transformation. Science shows us that change is not magic, it is